All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Jujutsu Kaisen, Season 1, Episode 19.
All right, so we've got ourselves an old man shredding. Gakuganji's about to go off right now on this nobody.
So here for it.
This nobody. All he did was he set up the veil. He's basically just getting used right here just to set up this nice little barrier dividing Gojo from everyone else.
Which, to be fair, is a very important mission. But we
That's true.
had not seen him before this, I don't think. So
he's getting...
he's going to get his face melted.
Yeah, exactly. But we've got the students. They're kind of all in different groups right now.
Yep.
We've got the group with Fushiguro, the other guy from Tokyo High. Let's see.
Inumaki.
And Inumaki, that's right. What's the... Kyoto, from Kyoto High.
Noritoshi
Kamo. Yeah, that's right, yeah. I think at the very least they'll either provide a distraction, but I can't see them working that well together based on their abilities.
And definitely not beating the wood forest guy. Like they've already expended a lot of their resources. You know, they're a little bit tired. And he's really
Hanami,
really powerful. Yeah,
because it's actually probably a lady.
Oh
yeah. Remember the voice? Yeah. It was like a Mother Earth.
Oh, right. Yeah. I always forget about that. Yep.
Yeah. And then also the name Hanami. But okay, so we've got ourselves now basically just getting the villains attacking here, but Mahito was shown and Geto I think was referred to, but we didn't see him. So those two are MIA right now.
Indeed. Yeah.
They could be anywhere.
And those are kind of two of the ones that we most need to worry about.
Important ones, I would say. Because I don't think Geto necessarily wants to be anywhere near this for showing himself as a serious problem.
Bit of a problem.
But Mahito, he's been shown and he's well known, so where's his objective if it's not necessarily Gojo?
And it's certainly not anything to do with Yuji. He'd want to stay far away from him, so...
Maybe it is Yuji then.
Maybe.
Yeah, so, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Okay. It scratched it. Hey.
So that, you notice that cough, and then it started moving again.
And him, like, needing to drink the stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's just a stopping mechanism. It is not actually...
Not actually a way to hurt it.
Not all the way... Yeah, exactly.
It is a great way to have, like, story-wise, them be able to survive against it for a while.
Nice.
Hey, yeah, now we get the bit from the OP. Well, shit.
What just happened?
Okay.
Crap! Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Gotcha, okay, so there's pushback on his throat. Based on the enemy and the words.
Oh.
No way.
Oh shit. I think he's gonna die here.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Jeez. Oh god, it's like there's like acid in his throat when he speaks like that or something.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Oh
no.
Whoa!
At least they got reinforcements.
Oh, well, that cut him.
So maybe if they stab it through the eyes.
Sure.
Wait, getting a gun? Or okay, no.
Oh my god, yes. Sigmaki on it.
Okay, but guns can be made.
Yeah. Playful Cloud.
Okay. but this whole area is a forest. Like,
拡張術式の制定知らずを除いた俺の十種の式神は完全に破壊された場合、二度と権限することはできない。
Shit.
oh, never again.
だが、破壊された式神の残した術式と力は他の式神に引き継がれる。
All right.
Oh.
Okay.
So he can upgrade it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dog, let's go. Oh my god, yeah.
All right.
Did you forget me?
Okay.
Oh,
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so good. Oh, shit, yes. Both went for the eyes.
Oh no.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. That slight bit of loss of focus. Oh, he's just too weak.
Okay, yeah.
He needs to focus on healing.
もう呪術は使わない方がいい。あなたに打ち込んだ目は呪力が大
Oh.
術を使う。
Oh, great. That's lovely.
深くへ根を伸ばす。
Oh, God.
親切に
Ha!
どうせ殺すつもりだろう。
説明した方が聞くのが早いらしい。
Wow. Wow.
よく動けますね。
But still. Yeah. Oh, shit!
That was
so
a good
clean.
move. Yeah.
Alright, Fushiguro.
呪力を振り絞れ。腹が裂けても
Oh my god.
俺はみんなとは違う。
He's gonna pull it out.
I think so.
人間を選べ。俺が一番背負っていない。だから
Oh.
俺が先に倒れるなんてことは
Dude.
許されねえんだよ。
Dude. Oh, no. He's just gonna use it.
Uh-huh.
私らの仕事は終わった。戦士交代だ。
Who's coming? Oh!
All right. Is it Todo?
Todo
and
and Yuji!
Yeah.
Yuji! Hell! Let's tag out. Yes.
Okay.
Here he is. Here's your bro. And his best friend.
That's right.
My friend. Okay.
Okay. Let's
Now
go.
AOP.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yep. Because everything up till now was just,
That was the teaser.
That was a teaser.
Panda.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Panda.
二人を連れて帳を出ろ。
Get out of here.
疑心だら殺せ。
Yeah.
おい行きますよ。
Alright. Come on, buddy. Come on. Panda!
I love it.
死ぬわけにはいかねえな。俺は手を出さんぞ。
Wait, what?
虎杖、お前が国戦を決めるまでな。
Okay.
国戦を決められず、お前がどんな目に遭おうと。
Damn.
俺はお前を見殺しにする。
雰囲気はあるが、呪力の総量だけで言えば、絶対に私より弱い。
Sure.
だ
Sure.
が謎のふてぶてしさ。
That. I like this. That mysterious brazenness.
現にこの私が下手に動けなかった。
お前の仲間に杉はぎ面の人型呪霊はいるか。
いると言ったら。
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
That's really smart. Oh! Oh!
All right.
Oh! 1, 2, 3!
With the same limb, too.
力はお粗末だ。
今なら決まる。
What was that?
怒りは術師にとって重要なと
But don't lose focus.
逆もまたしかり。
Yeah.
怒りで呪力を乱し、実力を発
You
揮できず
didn't let it off.
ことも
Right.
Yep.
友を傷つけられ、そして何より親友である俺との道に傷を刺され、
Honeymoon. I love it.
陥ってしまうのはよーく理
I
解できる。
understand.
だがその怒り、お前には
Yeah, it's not your look. You're not a rage protagonist.
Nope.
You're a good boy.
仲間。
What are they doing?
They're not using cursed energy, but
Right.
they
雑念は
ああ、雲一つね。
All right. Cool.
Okay. Now Todo is actually his
Right.
best friend. Yep, exactly. Yep.
No one can use the Emerald Splash.
And then Itadori stopped thinking. You know?
Yeah.
0.0001秒以内に呪力が衝突した瞬間空間は歪み呪力は黒く光る
Whoa!
Wait. What?
Whoa! Jeez! Alright, my turn.
Oh my god. Wow.
This is hype. This is hype. It even looks like it gets like a 10 show in the red and black energy, you know? Yeah.
お前は今まで口に入れたことのない食材をなんとなく鍋に入れて煮込んでいるような状態だった。
Dang, Todo's such a good teacher.
Yeah.
呪力という食材の味を理解した今
You know what dishes to put it
3
in.
秒前の自分とは別次元に立っている。コングラチュレーション、ブラザー。お前は強くなれる。さあ、勝利を
Oh my god, we're JoJo posing now! Let's
And
go!
in sync.
あなたたちに
Just use both
Both
arms
arms
now.
are needed.
多少本気を出した方が
Oh.
良さそうだ。
Oh!
Alright.
Whoa!
Wait.
Whoa! Whoa!
This is
What is
beautiful.
happening?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
重い。宣告の黒く光る打撃ほどではないが、各々が確実に私にダメージを与えるだけの威力がある。トド、もっとタイミングを合わせよう。
Oh, that's
dirty.
devious.
質量実物に呪力を通し操っていると思っていた。すべてキャッツの呪力で具現化権限したもの。
Wow.
特急
大地のありがたみを知るといい。
落下中に攻撃えぐいな。
Yeah, can't move.
ブラザ
Wait.
Oh! Oh shit!
Yes, I love it.
What?
なんだこの気持ちは。
Oh, she's enjoying herself.
戦いという今現在を
Mm.
もっと楽しんだ方がいい
You
と
live in
思
the
う
past, but it's time
Yeah.
to come to the
真
present.
人は楽しいのですか。
まあね
Well,
で
yeah.
も花見ってさ本当はもっと強いんじゃない
Oh, okay.
問題ない。
I was just doing pull-ups,
That's
waiting
right.
for you to come back to consciousness. Hello there.
あれだけの呪力消費。叩くなら
No.
化け物
No.
私は
I'm enjoying myself.
今戦いを
Yeah.
楽しんでいます。
大丈夫かブラザー。
もう満タイ
頂上
No problemo.
俺の術
Oh,
Okay.
it's my
All right.
turn. Let's go.
And then that's the end of the
Yeah, yeah,
episode.
yeah, of
That
course,
was
of course.
so hype.
Oh, it's incredibly high. It's just raw fighting and then teaching. That's
Well,
it.
right.
Yeah.
Like absolute rule of cool with the, you know, just ridiculousness of the situation and how difficult it was and, you know, the strength of the opponent and like but man, those visuals were insane.
Woo! Also, the fight choreography had some really cool, like, sequenced kicks. So, like, Yuji had a moment where he bop kicked, like, in an ascending bit there, which is, like, that's, like, a classic, like, kick sequence there. You just 1, 2, and then go for the head. Yeah, like, and it was, oh, so good.
五条悟のハンガーロックってどんなんよ
ポールハンガーだろうな。スタンドは
Oh my god.
尾骨を残した肝骨をベース加工した大腿骨で安定させる。全体のバランスを見ながら極突起や大突起を延長してラックにする。いいな いいぞいいハンガーラックが作れる
いらね
No one needs it at all. But all right.
Wow.
But someone asked, so
Yep.
I guess he
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
That was just a visual
Wow.
treat again.
Like-
Again.
Even by Jujutsu Kaisen standards, I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
that was
It was
whoa.
the combination of a couple really good sequences with Fushiguro, Maki,
Yep.
and then after that the stuff with Hanami, Todo,
And
and
Yuji.
Yuji.
Yeah.
And Yuji specifically had a couple moments
That were-
where he just was just going off, and that was not just him as a character, but the animation just
Right.
was so fun to look at. Like
Yep.
I don't know shit about animation, but this is just so much
Yeah.
fun to just look at it and be
Right.
like, oh,
like-
this is so cool.
And one of the things that I absolutely love about how Jujutsu Kaisen does things visually is that it's not just based on like cool effects.
Oh, okay.
Like it knows how to do those too. You know, totally.
yeah.
Right? But like the way the visuals are based on the motion of the characters and like the
Right.
environments and things like that, it's something that is not just really cool, but also gets me really excited for them to grow in their skill sets, right? Because it's based on the the speed of their body, but then also their ability to coordinate and do all that stuff, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, I think the part that's really fun about this is that what you're talking about here is that when it comes down to kind of the battle shown and high animation moments, some of them do end up being utilized on things that aren't regarding the human body. They're things that are like Todoroki's ice, fire, and explosions, blue weird energy that shoots out,
And those
that's
can
cool,
look awesome.
and that looks really cool. But when you see someone execute a 1, 2, 3 to the and then
Right.
third to the head kick,
Yeah.
like combo right there, and it's just so like, oh, crisp. It does something different because that's the human body. I understand the human
Right,
body
exactly.
and I can viscerally like feel the the excitement from that. So I'm with you, Todo. This is a good day. Like this is a good day.
And
to
the fact
to be
that-
a best of friendo.
The fact that they kept the training up while fighting one of the supreme like cursed spirits, like what?
All right.
What?
So story wise, Hanami is so strong that we might not have anyone in our group that actually can take her down.
Maybe not.
The big thing though is that as we've gone through the episode here, we started to see how Hanami can be wounded.
Right.
And wounded is like, one way of putting it, but also like potentially killed.
Yeah, because the idea that hey, they cursed spirits cannot regenerate indefinitely because they will run out of energy eventually. So
And they also can't necessarily regenerate a fully busted head.
right, exactly. So we have ways in which they can be defeated, right? So in a battle of attrition, theoretically, Todo and Yuji could beat Hanami. That seems very unlikely, but these
Action
two boys
economy.
have ridiculous amounts of stamina and action economy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but I also loved that Hanami continued to use more creative types of moves as things went on, and then got so panicked at a point when they were both
Running at her.
When Todo and Yuji were both running at him, canceled the power, and suddenly all of their footing is gone.
Whoops.
And I have a flying speed.
Yeah, you don't.
Good luck.
See ya, suckers.
Yeah.
Right.
I loved that because that's the kind of just strategy stuff that I would use if I was a DM running this monster.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, I'm literally thinking about this whole encounter with Hanami, like, okay. So I can kind of see what types of, legendary actions and stuff
Right.
that this monster uses. And I'm like, all right, okay, yeah, I would have fun running this against a party of like level 10 players. Like you could get some pretty cool stuff out of this. But we get Todo teaching, being his good best friend, badass self, showing Yuji that it's not just about like, you have to be motivated to defeat, Hanami. No.
You gotta be focused.
You have to be focused. Total concentration.
Yeah.
But rage and that, yeah, sure.
There are times when it
There
can
are times
decide
when
a
it
fight.
helps, but also there are times when it completely ends a fight because you lost focus, and you lost focus to the point that you didn't even have the capacity to use your cursed energy. That is a very, very cool drawback to having your emotions too completely taking over you.
Right.
The idea that Yuji did effectively land a physical hit.
It was a wallop.
But there was no cursed energy attached to it because, well, one, he's a noob, but
Right.
two, his rage and anger took over and he wasn't even able to exercise his ability.
Right.
That's a cool, like, character limitation.
Yep. I like it. Yeah, because narratively, having the emotions fuel your supernatural power is just really cool and really helpful, right? But having the, so that it doesn't go into just, all right, who can rage out the hardest, you know?
Right. Or in the story, we need to have the main character get angry.
Right.
Otherwise, he's not going to be able to use his power to the fullest.
Having the balance of, well, hold on now, and this is also kind of what helps differentiate the humans from the cursed spirits.
Sure.
Because the cursed spirits are kind of the embodiment of that chaos, of that ill will or whatever, right? Then given form. But these are humans. So while they do have that, they also have the, order, right? They have the ability to, think with, hopefully, a clear
Reason.
head. Yeah, reason. Yep.
Yeah, and the idea that Mahito kind of brought up the idea of reason versus instinct and being something that every soul possesses some ratio of reason to instinct, and there's no way of really knowing, like, anyone else's. Even then, you might not ever really understand your own, but I do like the idea that there are those that when they think of reason or instinct, they see one of them in a negative light because it's something that either brings you into a place that you don't like or makes you feel like you're losing control or you're basically being, I don't know, too vulnerable or something like that. And I feel like instinct is the one that usually gets clamped down in modern society specifically.
Sure.
Is the idea that it gets too personal and reason is somewhat impersonal.
Right. It's easier to integrate into a society based on, reason rather than instinct. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think there's a lot of things that people don't attribute necessarily to instinct because, well, the reason behind it is a little fuzzy, if you will.
Right.
Like some of the things that we do that don't necessarily deny our instinct, I would say actually are some level, a percentage of it is like instinct.
It's how do you quantify and measure instinct? It's like that's really difficult to do, whereas reason is a lot more easier to work with.
Yeah, I would agree. I would still say though that it's actually easy to quantify whether or not instinct is involved.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's my point, is that there's a lot of things that people will say, there's no instinct involved here. It's just pure, cold, logical reason.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, actually not. One of my favorite things that they got into this episode is the idea of being present. And for even the villains that need to, be strong in order to achieve their goals, one of the best ways to live I would say your strongest life, if that makes sense, is to be present.
Sure.
If you are focused on something that is in the past, you're going to be essentially limiting yourself based on, original patterns and
Right.
Things will be...
You're not going to grow, probably.
Well, you're not going to grow, definitely. But I think that's some kind of there's some kind of aspect of fear that I think that's tied into that.
Okay.
But then when you live in the future specifically, I think then you go into a kind of a more anxious kind of thing where you're worrying basically about like what things could happen rather than just
here and now,
accepting the fact that things happen in the here and now. Neither of these are real experiences that you can
Right.
Understand with reason or instinct. So
And Todo, say what you will about him, he is definitely present. So, yeah. The fact that Yuji actually acknowledged him as besto friendo, that warms the cockles of my heart.
it really felt like once Todo just had that moment there, I was like, oh, okay, well now he's the best friend. And then Yuji literally
Yep.
said it, like, yeah, exactly.
There we go.
There it is.
Uh-huh.
It's official now.
Yep.
It's been acknowledged by both parties.
The broship has begun.
It's been reciprocated.
Yep.
I really love the idea of these two fighting. Well, one, because I love 2-on-1s in general in fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when the one is clearly stronger, like quite a bit stronger. But Yuji and Todo effectively just being melee fighters. Like, they kind of need to be really careful about the way that they fight.
Yep.
Because, well, one of them isn't going to be kind of out of the way physically. It's kind of the difference if you were to have Fushiguro and Yuji fighting, is they would kind of ultimately end up being a 3, 4, 5-on-1 or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
But Fushiguro would never be in harm's way of really any of Yuji's attacks.
Right.
Yes. Ever.
Yeah. The number
He'd be 120 feet away, controlling his
summons.
Summons. Yeah, exactly.
Right. The number of things that they basically have to do to close the distance to Hanami, and the fact that they're able to coordinate so well and work together off of it with, like, there was one point I think where I think I saw Todo punch Yuji, like, back up towards Hanami, like while they were doing all the crazy movements, ascending
I gotta go back
the
to
tree
that part
and all
again.
that stuff.
That was so cool.
Like, it's something where it's so ridiculously good looking and so much is going on that I know I'm not getting even half of it. Like, this is the kind of show where if you were to go through frame by frame, you'd probably pick up on like 3 new things in, just this episode where you're like, oh wow, that's a really cool detail that I had never thought about, never would have noticed, but, was actually super important.
Yeah. And I love in some ways the way you can kind of tell that they either did something just to make it very efficient, but there's no attempt to make it look like fully that they're running on the roots, if you know what I mean there. Like, because there's so much motion.
Right.
Like that would just be too much to try and make it, look exactly like that's what's going on.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was, now I know nothing about animation, so I'm probably wrong, right? But this reminds me of like when you look behind the scenes in like an action movie or something and it's done on a green screen, and then you have like the people doing the choreography, and then the digital people will kind of like put in the environment to like match with the kind of things that they're doing, because there would be no way that you'd be able to like coordinate things and still have that like high level speed of like the actions and the movements.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But oh god, there's just
and then just
so much
boop.
hype, and then just boop, it's gone.
Nope.
I cast fly. I loved the almost Emperor's New Groove level of like,
yeah, we're gonna push off of each other
with our feet.
Right.
That was the kind of
you thinking what I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, oh, we are mentally linked. Like, we've got this. We've got this. You think we can't change our direction mid-drop.
Exactly. Also, we got a good, well, it might have been something that had been established previously in the show, but at least reminded to us by Todo of, hey, the bigger the attack is, right, and the more long range it is, the slower and the less force it'll have. Cool. And then, that was used to then have Hanami immediately shoot out these like little like beads of wood at them, which probably would have been devastating if they'd connected. But then with something like when they're falling,
right,
Hanami really had just the one attack, right?
Yeah.
Because it's super long range, having it be fast enough to catch up with them while they're falling. They dodge it. They wouldn't be able to dodge again after that because now they're farther away from each other, but they're out of range. Like, Hanami wouldn't be able to just be like, all right, now let's keep, sniping you as you fall.
And that's a fun reason to have Hanami need to rejoin them on the ground.
Exactly. Yep.
Because
otherwise, melee fighters versus someone who can fly, it's over, right? There's nothing they can do. They just sit back and take pot shots.
You just basically roll for stealth and just hope that they just forget where you are.
Exactly, yeah.
Because they can't track you from that high up. All right. We had a couple other fights, though, that were teased in previous episodes that did not come back to it here. So Gakuganji, I either just want to have it flash over to, a blacksmith guy just face melted on the ground, just like, and it's over, or give us at least like 20-second fight.
Yeah.
Like, give us something.
I would not be surprised if they had it be mostly or even all off screen. Like, just
that would
like
suck.
that would so suck. But just like, oh yeah, no, we don't. it's too cool to animate. Like, you know, there is no way that it could actually be like displayed in its full glory.
You know
so it's
how
just,
long I've waited to see a bard
I know, right?
actually get their fight animated in a way that's going to look cool.
and like
not
a
be
high
just-
level bard,
Right,
not like
not
those,
just
you know.
buffing your allies.
Right,
and
right.
stuff. The terrifying thing about a bard, guys, is that their magic makes no fucking sense.
Right,
they
right,
They just
exactly.
decide. They're like Inumaki, basically. They just
Yep.
shaka shaka or something, and then
Right.
just boom, you know, something happens. But in this, it's more like
So
waiting for that. That'd
since
be
we
good.
have, I'm curious, since we have the whole, you know, world building thing of if you explain how your ability works, it makes it more effective.
Yeah.
I would love to see Gakuganji try and do that. Be like, so
When
my
I plug
music,
the E chord.
yeah, my music is awesome, and its awesomeness makes you die. Like,
I would love for it to be a mathematical formula based on the guitar strings themselves.
Oh,
and
sure.
then based on how low he goes down on the frets, that it multiplies some aspect of the bit there. But then in order to maximize the speed of the attack, he needs to jump back up to a high fret and then go back down. So it's this constant thing
Sure.
of ascending and descending. Otherwise, it's just a basic kind of attack.
that's way cooler than what I was thinking of, which is the amount that you rock out to it in your head and like want to, that's the amount of damage it will do. So
as long as his taste in music, or as long as his desire to have fun in his music is high.
no, for the opponent.
For the opponent,
so-
he has
so-
to impress them.
Right. So if he can make it cool enough that they actually start to enjoy it, then they just start to die.
Yeah, that would be great.
That'd be
but
stupid,
but
but
that didn't
it'd
happen
be
this
hilarious.
episode. But
Nope.
we'll wait to see if it happens later. Final thing I think that I have to bring up is just the idea that Fushiguro seems to be the like main character that's not Yuji, that's getting
Right.
the power kind of focus. The idea that his summons get destroyed and then can never be resummoned again. It's like, okay, yeah.
It's a good penalty, yeah.
But also, I mean, completely destroyed. But specifically then, the other summons get the abilities. So my question is, does he spend time every once in a while making up a new summon, or does he not always have 10?
I think it's something where, because the techniques are things that are inherent to a person and then they have to discover them, that he can't necessarily just make more summons.
So
Because it's like he has 10 that he can get access to over the course of his life, basically.
right. So then, has he specifically never summoned certain ones then because
to
they
not
could-
risk them
Yeah, they
getting
did
killed.
not risk getting destroyed. But then that feels like then you'd specifically want to not fight as
Yeah.
much as possible.
Like
Unless you specifically want to have a setup where you actually intentionally lose all 9 of them.
Yep, it's
so
like-
that you stack this Uber summon.
But then if that one dies, then you have no powers. So, you know, like it's
Well, no. He's
or you have powers, but you
he's
you
got
don't
powers.
you don't
It's
have
just-
that technique
He doesn't have
anymore.
that technique. Yeah.
Right, yeah. It does feel like it could get very high risk, high reward kind of a stuff, because it wasn't just the techniques they said, but also the power. So like just the raw stats go up too. Okay.
Right. So the idea that because he lost the one wolf before,
The other wolf is now a better
the
wolf.
other wolf is now a lot stronger.
But then he just lost the bird, which is a great way to have consequence, by the way, for a flub in a fight. Because the idea of like, oh yeah, he'll stop it, and then oh no, he can't. Well, if it's just a summon that you can, you know, bring back at a later point, doesn't really matter that it happened. But now it's like, oh shit.
So
Like-
the other thing is, if it's completely destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean it has to lose the head like the wolf did, or is it that it needs to be pulverized? But if he gets a little vial of its blood or something, then he's like, "Ha, I saved it." You know?
Yeah, I think it's that they end up being like effectively living creatures, so they can be killed even if their body is like not completely disintegrated or something.
Right. So I think it's not necessarily that it's killed; it's whether it's completely destroyed.
Well, because the wolf, when it attacked Hanami later after the bird was killed, the bird was like stabbed through the chest or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's like the body wasn't completely destroyed, but the wolf had the abilities of the bird later. It had the claws and all that stuff and things.
It didn't have any. It didn't show any of the electricity or anything.
No,
like
it didn't.
that,
It didn't
though.
use the electricity, but we saw it, the only other one that had died had been the wolf, and we'd seen the wolf. The second wolf post the first wolf dying, and it still looked more or less like a regular wolf. And then after the bird died, then the wolf had the claws and things like that.
Yeah, so maybe there's a delay in when it passes down, or the idea is that
I think it's just that the bird died.
the bird died. Okay.
Yeah.
Then which summon got the other wolf?
That's actually a good point. Yeah, because if it upgrades all your other summons, then that's actually potentially pretty busted.
Well, I don't think it necessarily upgrades. Oh, does it upgrade all of them, or does it upgrade just one?
Well, I'm not sure because yeah, if it's passed down, right, the technique and the power and all that stuff, we don't necessarily know what it's passed down to. Is it passed down to the user and then
No,
it's just,
I think
or is it passed down to
power and techniques of the destroyed Shikigami? Dumb subtitles can't actually show the thing that It'll be like it'll skip over the subtitles when it's not actually being played.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Power and techniques of the destroyed Shikigami.
Are passed on to the others. Okay, so all of the others.
So
Damn.
stats
Yeah.
and techniques.
To all remaining summons.
I'm disappointed the wolf didn't have wings then.
That would have been fun.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
I guess it's just harder to animate, or it's not the vision of the thing. 'Cause
Maybe-
stats, power does not necessarily mean the physicality. That's
Right,
true.
and
but it
yeah.
did actually get physically different, though.
Right.
That's-
It did get physically different, but it might be something where he didn't want it to use the wings because I can imagine that a winged creature would have less staying power behind its strikes versus something that's rooted to the ground.
drag.
Well, or drag, or just the fact that it doesn't have something to brace against. If you're bracing against the wind, like you might have the velocity from like a dive, but you don't have like,
Well, I mean, he just doesn't have to use it then. Just have them pull back,
sure.
run on the ground.
Yeah. Additional target that could be injured. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we're just gonna find that there's
It's
another.
selective.
Yeah, maybe there's another creature. Oh no, that's it. In
The elephant?
In the OP, did
Wait.
the elephant have wings?
Oh God.
Oh my God. I think it might have.
I have no clue. I don't think it did, but it could have.
When it was running, maybe I'm just thinking of Dumbo. And
Yeah,
I
no,
want it to have wings because it's pink,
Yeah, I don't think it had wings.
Okay.
Okay, we didn't. Oh no, yeah, it doesn't have wings.
Clearly does not have
Yeah,
wings.
no,
I'm crazy.
I mean, but now it could. Like, so
It could. I mean, maybe. Yeah. I just want the elephant to come out again. The elephant was my
Oh my
the summon
God.
I never knew I needed.
it flies up and then just drops. No, that'd be terrible.
And I dump all those stats into all the other.
Right. The elephant is really just a stat farm if you think about it.
Yeah, he's like doing his thing, and he's like, I need to power upgrade my summons.
Oh my
Summons the
God.
elephant, kills it immediately, hopefully on the opponent or whatever. And they're like, what the hell was that for? Like, I was hoping that would actually do something, but
Oh my God.
okay, they're all stronger. Now go! Fujiguro is amazing. I love it. So y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if anything that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
Next time.